All right, here we go, Rob. We're going to start with some baseball, and I know you're excited. I just, look, I'm telling you, I will jump on you. I will call you out.
Can you get to the news of the day? Can you get to the news of the day? What are you delaying?
Don't bring out the pom-poms. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm going to do is say, Alex, get the music ready.
Oh, here we go. All right, Mookie Betts, news of the day. Mookie Betts, 13 years, $392 million.
Is that the official number?
It's
I thought it was 80.
Well, that's because they're adding in this extra year. It was 12 years, 365. And, since he's playing this year on his old deal, total is 13 years, $392 million. You got the 12-year extension.
Almost $400 million. Wow.
Yes, almost. And so that's the big news of the day. A lot of people were surprised by this, Rob, because, look, the Dodgers didn't have to do this. The cap, well, they don't have a cap, obviously, but the revenue is going to go down, right, without fans in the stands.
No,
so a lot of people thought
money,
they might. Yeah, so they thought that they would let the new numbers come out and then say, Mookie, I mean, we loved you. We were going to give you $400 million or close. But, heck, we had to play last year without fans. We had to play a third of the season. And so, but they give them credit. They went ahead and they paid him. You see, look, the dude's a pro. He's a winner. He's a guy you don't have to worry about him getting in trouble. He's obviously a great player, arguably the second best player in the league behind Mike Trout. So good deal for them. Go ahead, look, pom-poms, music, top hat.
All I'm going to say,
dancing,
all I'm going to say is, finally, the Los Angeles Dodgers did the right thing, Chris. They hadn't been spending money. Dodger fans were mad. You know what I mean? Like, they really haven't. And remember, the Dodgers haven't won a World Series since 1988. They've won the National League West Division, 7 years in a row?
Yep.
But they can't get over the hump.
Wow.
They make a trade. They go out and they get them a superstar, a young guy who's not old, past his prime, he's got all the stuff that you want to build a team around. And you know what? Bravo, Chris. Bravo to the Dodgers for this reason. Don't mess around and be like, well, we'll wait and see. You know why? You put them on the open market right after you've traded for them and given up people. You know what happens? You could wind up losing them. They weren't going to take that chance. Look at the Dodgers, Chris, even without a salary cap, look on the books. They don't have any big contracts on their books. After, next year, they're going to be –
because guys are young.
They got young guys who are coming up, but they don't have anybody, old money – you know what I mean? That's dragging them down.
Right.
So this guy, Mookie Betts, is a cornerstone. And all I'm going to just tell you, I don't have to wave the pom-poms and everything, but this is my point I always keep talking to you about.
Whenever you have to say that first, that means the pom-poms are about to come out.
Here comes the problem. It's about the health of the game. This is what I keep talking about. I'm just hear me out.
I've heard you out.
It's about the health.
You said it 7 times in the last 3 weeks.
The game has never been healthier.
No, that's not true.
It is. I'm talking about financially, Chris.
Okay, fans don't care financially.
Yes, but financially matters.
It doesn't have the national relevance that it used to have.
Can you pipe down today? Because
I'm not.
Yes.
I'll pipe down now,
but
not
today.
Let me get my,
I'm supposed
to just
throw
let
me get my words
at
out.
baseball today?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Because the difference is, and you can talk about Patrick Mahomes all you want, this deal is better. He's not even the best player in the league.
Okay, fine.
It's a better deal, and baseball is healthy enough to be able to pay out this kind of money, all guaranteed, to players of this ilk. Look at the last few years in the contracts between Bryce Harper and Manny Machado and Mike Trout. And now Mookie Betts. They signed a $3 billion TV deal with Turner. You could talk about the ratings and talk about how popular or sports talk show hosts talking about the game, but you can't talk about the health of the game and whether or not it's a viable entity. Turner's not giving you $3 billion for some sport that nobody cares about. It's just not true, Chris.
Well, you're going to extremes. From the health of the game that nobody cares about. Nobody's saying nobody cares about it. But and financially, obviously, they're in good shape. But to sit here and act like baseball is where it used to be just because the guys are making money, more money.
Nothing is like it used to be, Chris.
Basketball is more in the public eye than it used to be.
Chris,
football is more in the public eye than it used to be.
Basketball used to be on tape delayed. Don't act like you did. Basketball
I'm not going back to 1980. I'm talking about the 80s.
But my point
with
is,
Magic and Bird.
But my point is, basketball was there,
where's Rob Parker?
And it got back. Got back.
Why is Rob Manfred replacing Rob Parker as my partner?
Let's talk about Mookie Betts today. We'll get to this one day.
Hold on. No, you just went off on a soliloquy. You just bowed down at the throne of Major League Baseball. Now you don't want to let me rebut?
No. Let's talk about, because we don't need to go there today. Let's talk about.
You went there. You took it there.
Let's celebrate Mookie Betts and the Dodgers and what they did.
No, you're not going to tell me what to say, Rob. You took it there.
And
now you don't want to hear the rebuttal?
No, because I don't want to. No, I don't. Because we do this all the time. It's tired. It's old.
Yes, it's tired of you cheering for Major League Baseball. It's a good. I like baseball too. We don't need to hear
Chris, you ain't been to a baseball game in 5 years.
Does that mean I don't like it? You stop it. Really? I bet you I'm better in baseball than you.
You don't even watch baseball. When's the last time you watched the
baseball
game?
Diamond.
Stop it.
The last time they were playing.
You always got this I like baseball. You don't watch baseball. You ain't even been to a baseball game.
You don't know what I can't watch it on television?
Have you been to, when was the last time you been to a baseball game, Chris?
We do shows during games, Rob Parker. And I don't have to go.
On the weekend?
I don't have to go to a baseball game to like the sport. I can't watch it on television?
Chris, I just think you're disingenuous when you talk about baseball.
No, I think you're disingenuous.
I really do.
You're Rob Manfred's lackey when it comes to baseball.
No, I'm not. I'm giving you facts.
Don't tell me I'm disingenuous. You're making stuff up. You're going to get in my head and tell
the NBA last year.
Where's your proof that I don't like baseball?
The NBA last year had terrible TV rating. Well, LeBron playing on the West Coast, and that's why people aren't watching. The NFL had to eliminate the blackout games. The NFL had its worst attendance in 15 years, and everybody just keeps saying, oh, everybody loves football. Oh, the NFL just had
you're really going to sit here and say people don't love football more than baseball?
2 leagues just folded in 15 months.
You really going to say people don't like football more than baseball?
No.
Stop it.
And college football had its worst attendance in 24 years, and you keep talking about baseball.
This is comical. I hope this is your comedy routine's Friday. You're going to sit here and compare Major League Baseball to the AA freaking F?
It's tired.
It's old as you. Baseball's healthy. $300 million. You brought it up, Rob. You brought it up. I was giving Mookie love. You had to go ahead and bring out the pom-poms for the sport. And then you're going to make some comment. You have absolutely no idea of what you're talking about. You're in my head. You know how much I like baseball. You have no idea. I played baseball longer than you did. So don't tell me what I like and don't like. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. Your turn to weigh in. 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. All right, what do you think about Mookie Betts' deal? Go ahead and hit us.
Sean in Sacramento, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Sean?
What's up to my uncles from another mother, man? I hope y'all doing all right, man. Y'all remind me of the family reunion when 2 of my uncles came to fisticuffs arguing about mayonnaise versus Miracle Whip or something, man.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious, brother. That's how I really got it.
Fisticuff over mayonnaise. We will never come to fisticuffs.
We will
mayonnaise?
Not. And I would never eat Miracle Whip. I want the real deal.
We good.
Real quick on my take, man. Rob, you're right, man. This is a great deal for Mookie. We should celebrate this as a great individual contract. But stop it, man. This is a terrible deal for the Dodgers. Just like when the Angels signed Pujols, just like when the Rangers signed Alex Rodriguez. These are young dudes that ended up being bust at the end of that contract, man. It's a waste of money.
Nah, you got Pujols had already played his whole career in St. Louis.
Was old.
He was older.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, younger.
I'll give you that. I mean, 12 years from now, what's Mookie Betts going to look like? I'll hear you on that. But he's still young. I mean, he's got most of that, Rob. He's going to be in his prime. Most of it.
Yeah,
So,
most of that. For the next 10 years, 8 to 10 years, he's in his prime. Yeah. You're only trying to win yourself 2 or 3 World Series in that time. That's what you're looking to do. You're not going to win every year.
I get what he's saying about the long deals in baseball, but
the money.
This kid's young.
The money's is not going to be bad only because if you
It'll
say 8
up.
years from now and he's making $27 million, that's the average of
Right.
what his deal is. That's going to be chump change, I think. Rob G, I got it. Corey in North Carolina. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Corey?
Hey, what's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, man. Good. First time caller, long time listener. Look, man. Yes, sir. This is a great deal, man. A great deal. Not only from the perspective of the money he's getting, but how it could potentially impact the African American community. If these African American kids see the type of money that baseball players are bringing home, in comparison to other sports, I believe we'll have a lot more participation in the sport. Thank you for the call, fellas.
Yep. Thanks, Corey. Appreciate it. I saw a few of those tweets today and stuff. Get your son a bat and a glove. Yeah.
Carl Crawford told me that once. He said, man, these guys need to realize how much money you're making in baseball. They only looking at football and basketball. So
and there's other jobs, too. Before you even get to the big leagues, there were more minor league jobs that are there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where you can still play ball. Brian in Fresno, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Brian?
What's up, Mr. Broussard, Mr. Parker? How you doing?
We are great, man. How are you?
I'm good. We're talking baseball, so I had to call in.
Yes.
Diehard Dodger fan, this is a great deal for Mookie. This is a great deal for the Dodgers. And one thing I like to point out is I've been a diehard Dodger fan since the early 2000s. And it's always been hard to relate to Dodger teams. There's a lot of white faces on the team, so to speak. Now we have this young black superstar, somebody I can relate to as a black man. I love that. We haven't had somebody like this since Matt Kemp. Hopefully Mookie works out better than Matt Kemp did.
Matt Kemp gave the Dodgers some good times.
He had a few good years. And it's interesting because, of course, the Dodgers got the black manager, right? Dave Roberts. But, on the field they have
No. I get it. And that's a fair point, Brian. So thanks for the call. And, yes, opening day is tomorrow, Dodgers, Giants, Yankees, Nationals. Mark in Sacramento, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Mark?
What's going on, gentlemen? How you guys doing?
We are good, man. How are you?
Pretty good. Last time I talked to you guys, I had to break up a pit bull fight. Man, you guys had it again.
What?
Y'all know we are the Odd Couple.
We're the Odd Couple for a
reason. We go at it, and then it's all good. We don't hold grudges. We're done with it.
I know that. That's who you guys are. Keep doing that, man. That's what makes the show. Hey, real quick. I think it's a good deal for both. I agree with that young gentleman before me just said. Remember, this is the team that brought Jackie Robinson in and broke this color barrier. So I really think it's good in that aspect because we do need to see a little bit more of that. We were starting to lose that, which, you guys have had conversations about this just recently. So I think this is good for baseball. I think it's good for Mookie. And the Dodgers locked up. They got a lot of young talent locked up. I was looking at the lineup. They got some pitching locked up. They got young talent locked up. Man, they might win another 7 West championships and hopefully a World Series soon. They got a lot of young talent locked up now.
Well, a lot of people saying, Rob, they could go on a run like the Braves. Obviously, they want to get more championships. But
right, because the Braves only won one time, which was wasted. They had 3 Hall of Fame pitchers on one staff, Chris, and they only won 1 World Series, which was bad. I mean, it just was. 877-99 on Fox if you want to try to squeeze in. We still got a couple
What do you
minutes
think,
here.
Rob, about you? We had 2 callers say that, they think that Mookie could really have an impact on African Americans wanting to play more baseball again. What's your thoughts on that?
Well,
like him specifically, having that
I think the
effect.
money and then playing in Los Angeles on a big platform,
right?
I think is good. Not that Boston isn't. Boston's a real baseball town and all that, and they don't have any empty seats there, right? And they won a World Series with Mookie Betts. But Chris, just as we talked about the other day with the scenario of Aaron Judge and winning the World Series with the Yankees and the stage, I think Mookie Betts is similar. If the Dodgers, if he were to bring a World Series to L.A. after this drought since 1988, and say it was a big World Series, I'm giving you a lot of hypotheticals, but the Yankees and the Dodgers.
Just a World Series period, though.
No,
even
right.
if it's not the Yankees. You know
But
what I
I'm
mean?
just saying, yeah, that's true. But it could be as far as magnifying the attention when you have
Right.
the two biggest markets playing, and they haven't played in a while since 1981. So there's a lot of stuff. And if you're the commissioner, if you're Rob Manfred, are you happy that Mookie Betts signed in Los Angeles? I think you are.
Yeah, and I'll say this for Mookie, Rob. If he, they've been knocking on the door, obviously, for the last 7 years. If he is the guy, like say this year they win it all, even if he's not the finals or the World Series MVP, he will get a lot of credit, assuming he plays well and he has a good season, for being like the guy that kind of brought it to him, right? I mean, he was a winner in Boston. And if he comes to LA when they haven't been able to get over the hump,
Right.
and then helps them win
They
it.
already have a winning team. It's
Right.
about winning a championship. Right?
But his reputation will be that this guy's a winner. We know he's a great individual player, but he's also a winner. He's good for the locker room. He's good for the clubhouse. The fans love him. Mookie Betts, this could be a great situation for him if he goes ahead and leads the Dodgers to the championship. And that could become the narrative that surrounds him. And what better narrative is there than that? Especially when you got $392 million coming your way.
Right. And when you see that dollar total, it's amazing because we're in the middle of a pandemic, Chris. Most people were thinking that he would get $400 million. But with this thing happening, nobody really knew for sure.
Right.
You said it to start the show. The Dodgers could have said, well, maybe we'll wait and see. Nope. They're not leaving it to chance because if you do, you could wind up losing them and setting your franchise back. And they have plenty of room. They don't have a lot of contracts that saddle them down, even though there's no cap. They made the right move today.
All right, we got Jerry Hairston Jr., the World Series champ, Spectrum Sportsnet LA analyst. Jerry, welcome to the Odd Couple.
What's up,
Hey,
Jerry?
guys, how you doing? Thanks for having me.
We are great. And obviously the Dodgers are doing well. Were you surprised, considering the pandemic, considering that they would easily be able to claim, hey, we had no fans. Hey, we only played 60 games. We don't have the $400 million to give you. Are you surprised that they went ahead and took care of Mookie at this time?
I am not surprised. There's been rumors dating back to spring training that they were having some discussions. Teams, first of all, the Dodgers have never been this team, but there have been some teams that have been kind of crying poor and saying there's no money. And if you do any type of research, you realize that Major League Baseball generates the second most revenue in all of sports, more than the Premier League in Europe, more than the NBA, more than any other sport outside of the NFL. So Major League Baseball globally is doing very, very well, and the players know that. The owners know that. Everybody involved in baseball knows that. So they can try to cry poor all they want, but the TV contracts are there. Baseball is growing, and I'm so happy that the Dodgers realize that. And they say, you know what, we got an incredible player in Mookie Betts. We traded away for him to make sure we bring him in here as a 27-year-old. This young man is just entering his prime. He's already an MVP, and he fits perfectly here with this Dodger team, with the young and up-and-coming stars that they have. This is the perfect marriage.
Now tomorrow is opening day, which I'm so excited about, and I'm sure other people can't wait to watch. And I think it's the perfect doubleheader to get it kicked off. You got the Nationals and Yankees, and then the Dodgers and Giants. Just give me your thoughts on the fast and furious 60 games in 67 days. And do you expect, Jerry, the Yankees and Dodgers to be there, or because it's a shortened season, could it be can somebody else sneak in? Could it be the Cincinnati Reds, or you know what I mean? Some teams we're not expecting.
Yeah, I mean, when it's a 60-game sprint, anything really can happen. A team can catch fire like the Cincinnati Reds, who really have a good team, man. They can swing
a
the
lot
bat.
of people are talking about the Reds. I know.
Very solid pitching staff. David Bell has done a really good job, their manager. They could swing the bat. They're a team that is deep, and it's a great park to hit in. So a team like that can make some noise in the National League Central. Usually over a course of 162 games, usually the top 4 or 5 teams you can bet on will be in the mix. I still expect, once the postseason comes around, I expect the Yankees to represent the American League and the Dodgers to represent the National League. But that being said, it's 60 games, man. Anything can happen. And a team like the Cincinnati Reds, they get hot and make a move at the deadline to acquire a top-of-the-rotation type of pitcher, they can make some noise as well.
Jerry, you mentioned the postseason, and there's talk that, maybe they'll go to 16 teams rather than 10. Yeah, what do you think? I got to be honest, I'm not mad at it. Rob doesn't like it. I
not
don't,
16.
I think it's pretty good, but what do you think, Jerry?
Well, I think for this year, if you're going to try some things, I know we've had this conversation in the past, Rob. If we're going to try some things, let's do it this year. I would agree to do it this year to bring extra revenue, TV revenues for the players and for the owners. I understand what they're trying to do. Bring more eyes to the TV set. And if you're going to try something, let's try it this year. And if it works out, great, super, we keep it. But you know what? If we find out the 16-team playoff format is just not what we like, then they can abandon it for next year. So if you're going to try something, do it this year to bring more revenue to all the teams. And like I said, guys, this sport is healthy, and it continues to grow on a global scale. And if the owners want to do it, the players want to do it, I'm all for it for this season.
Jerry, you talk about the health of the game. The other one that hasn't happened yet, but they talk about, is the gambling aspect of baseball. And as all these states legalize gambling and all that, the people I talk to in Vegas and the gamblers, they all say baseball will become even bigger from the standpoint that fans will be able to bet on every at-bat, on strikeouts, on whether a guy hits a home run as they're watching the game. Have you heard that as well?
I have. I've heard Joe Buck talk about, he loves all sports. He loves commenting on football, but he loves commenting on baseball because every pitch is different. You can really kind of tell a story, really kind of dive into the game and calling a game. On the flip side, I'm not a gambler, but I've heard guys talk about, betting on the game of baseball, how it's so intriguing because you can gamble on every pitch. You can gamble on every inning. There are so many things you can do. So best believe Major League Baseball understands that, and it's coming, guys. It's coming. Is it going to be this year? Is it going to be next year? I think once it's legalized and they can allow the fans to have a different type of experience and bring extra revenue, not just here in the United States, but on a global scale, put more money in the pockets of the owners and the players, you best believe it's going to happen. I hear it's going to happen sooner rather than later. That's what I'm hearing.
World Series champion Jerry Hairston Jr. joining the Odd Couple. Jerry, we took calls a moment ago about this signing for the Dodgers, and we had a few callers say that they think, Mookie Betts being an African-American, that this could spark more interest or more African-American kids playing baseball again. Do you think that it could have that type of impact as well?
Absolutely. It's definitely not going to have a negative impact. My son Jackson, who's 14, sent a text earlier this morning hearing about the rumor, hey, we're going to sign Mookie. And his friends have been on the phone going back via text. When you have a guy like a Mookie Betts, who's a superstar, 27 years young, right, could be the face of your franchise and be the face of a LA team. Guys, this is Hollywood, bro. I mean, to represent the Dodgers a team that Jackie Robinson broke in with. This can have huge ramifications, and it could spark that kid in LA. It could spark that kid in Chicago. And guys, there are young black players that are coming, man. I'm telling you. There's this kid the Angels have, Joe Odell. He's going to be a special player. I know me and my cousin are agents as well. We represent a few guys, and we're looking at young guys that are coming that are 15, 16 years of age. This kid in Chicago, Luke Collier's son, is a baller, okay?
Really?
So there's a lot – baller. Kid out of Chicago. We have so many guys that want to be a part of the game of baseball, that love the game of baseball. And I know it's been some time, but I really believe we're going to start to see that change, meaning those numbers going up. Guys want to play this game of baseball, and we need to do a better job. Major League Baseball, myself, and the former players, giving these guys more chances and opportunities. And we've had these discussions, guys, behind the scenes, making sure we give our young players every opportunity. When I say young players, 12-year-olds, the 14-year-olds, the 15-year-olds, getting these guys a perfect game, area code games, let them be seen. And these kids want to play baseball. There's this kid, I believe his name is Elijah Wood. I want to make sure. I think he's out of Georgia. This kid's going to be the next Andre Dawson, man.
Really?
I mean, this guy is 17-year-old stud. I saw his swing, and he's as good as advertised. The kid that was just drafted by the Chicago Cubs from Chicago, stud. Tim Anderson. These guys are up-and-coming stars, and I know I'm kind of rambling on. That's how excited I am. And having a guy like Mookie Betts, leading the way, Tim Anderson leading the way, is so exciting because baseball was our sport, man. We had the Hank Aaron, so Willie Mays,
right.
Jackie Robinson, Roy Campanella.
No doubt
That's
about
our
it.
sport, man.
Yes.
And it's good to see that young black players are excited about the game of baseball.
Hey, Jerry, last thing. We got about 40 seconds. Do the Dodgers have to win? And why I say it like that is it's been since 1988. They've won 7 NL West. People and the Dodger fans are tired of that. I remember when they walked out on the Dodgers, after the Nationals came back and won, people were so disappointed. Can they have another year where they don't win, or do the Dodgers need to win the World Series?
From a player standpoint, listening to Justin Turner talk, Clayton Kershaw, Kenley Jansen, they have to win. The sense of urgency is now. Okay, trust me, guys. Kike Hernandez talked about it. This might be the last run that this particular group has because there's a couple guys that are going to be free agents. Okay, those guys, the sense of urgency is there. They know they have to win this year. But I'm going to take a step back. Looking at being like a scout, looking at the whole landscape of Major League Baseball, the Dodgers have done such a great job having an incredible farm system. They have superstar players that are just entering their prime, guys. Mookie Betts, Cody Bellinger hasn't even reached his prime yet. You know what I'm saying? So many guys, Walker Buehler, and we got other guys coming. So this team is set up to win for not just this year, but for the next 6, 7, 8 years. So do they have to win? No, they don't have to win this year because they're set up for a long run. But for this current group, they're saying they have to win now, and I love their sense of urgency.